First and foremost, before we kick this video off, I must say rest in peace to everyone that we're about to speak about. I will do my very best to delicately cover their passing and the legacy that they've left to the world. That being said, I want to give you a fair warning that some of the details in these stories will be difficult to hear. Welcome to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. I'm your host Johnny Rogers, and before we kick this video off, if you want to see more videos about what your favorite celebrities are up to lately, just tap that playlist in the corner of your screen. Also, if you don't want to miss another daily video from us, make sure you tap that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Now, without any further delay, let's get right into today's list, the top 10 celebrities you didn't realize passed away in 2020, part 4. In at number 10, Landon Clifford. 19-year-old YouTube star Landon Clifford was well known for starring on the popular YouTube show called Cam and Fam. Initially, his death was announced after he was said to have been in a coma for 6 days following a brain injury. However, following his unfortunate passing, his wife made a video that told the full story. According to her, Landon had developed an addiction to his prescription medications for ADHD and antidepressants. The combination of these two drugs gave him these extreme highs and lows with his mood. Her recounting of the events that led to her finding her own husband hanging in the garage is absolutely heartbreaking to hear. She was hesitant at first to release all of the details on his passing because she was just so processing the information as well. Landon is another reason why talking about mental health can be so important at this time. Landon will be remembered as being the best dad and husband that he could be, and even in his passing he had set up for his organs to be donated to people who are in desperate need all over the country. In number 9, Johann. Kim Jong-kwon, known as Johann in the Korean pop group TST, passed away at the age of 28 with no cause of death being noted in the announcement. Johann debuted in 2015 as a member of the boy band called Nam, but after the band broke up, he joined the TST group for their 4th album in January called Countdown. The TST fans are also referred to as Hannes, and their mourning for the star could be found all over social media. I truly believe K-pop fans are one of the most dedicated fan bases out there. One even tweeted about the purchasing of a star in his name. The user tweeted, "I bought and named a star after our precious Johann. I made sure to find a big bright star that's especially visible in Seoul in June. Not that it can't be seen any other time of the year, I wanted to make sure it was visible in June." His music label also shared a message from his family meant for the fans and what they can do to respect their wishes. The label posted a portion of the family statement and said, "The late Johann's family is currently in deep mourning. The family has pleaded that media articles about Johann's passing, such as those making speculations about the cause of his death, be refrained out of respect." In at number 8, Nicole Thea. These are all going to be pretty heartbreaking, but with YouTuber Nicole Thea, it hits on a whole different level. The London-based social media star was pregnant when she passed on July 11th, thus taking her unborn child at 8 months with her. She had just posted a photo showing off her baby bump with the caption, "Can't wait to meet you little man, soon to be 3 of us." Charles Murray told the press that Nicole had said that she was struggling to breathe and having pains in her chest. Although the autopsy has still not been confirmed, Nicole's uncle says that the family believes that she passed away due to a massive heart attack, and she was only 24 years old at the time. In at number 7, Justin Earle. 38-year-old Justin Earle was the son of country rock star Steve Earle and was an accomplished musician in his own right. The notice of his passing was posted to his official Facebook page, which said, "It is with tremendous sadness that we inform you of the passing of our son, husband, father, and friend Justin. So many of you have relied on his music and lyrics over the years, and we hope that his music will continue to guide you on your journeys. You will be dearly missed, Justin." According to his Wikipedia page, Justin had also struggled with drugs since the age of 12 and had gone to rehabilitation clinics 9 times, followed by periods of sobriety. The cause of his death was not immediately announced, but the Nashville police said that they were investigating the death as a possible drug overdose. Justin first rose to fame in 2007 with the EP called Yuma, and he won the Emerging Act of the Year at the 2009 Americana Honors and Awards and Song of the Year in 2011 for his song titled Harlem River Blues. In at number 6, Chi DeVayne. Xavier Michael Davenport was better known as the stage name of Chi DeVayne and was an American drag queen and reality TV personality on RuPaul's Drag Race. Xavier appeared on the 8th season of the show as well as the 3rd season of the All-Star Series. Davenport had been diagnosed with scleroderma in 2018 and 2 years later would pass after a bout with pneumonia related to kidney failure. Xavier's family made a public statement as well and said, "It is with tremendous sorrow that my family and I announce the passing of my beloved son, Xavier Michael Davenport, the world-renowned Chi DeVayne. Out of respect for the immediate family, please await additional information and directives regarding the final arrangements, memorials, and the method to remit condolences and expressions of kindness." His final words to his family and fans: "Never give up." In addition to this, the official RuPaul's Drag Race tweeted out saying, "That smile shines so bright, we'll always cherish her joyous energy, love you so much, Chi Chi." In at number 5, Jack Sherman. Jack Sherman was a legendary guitarist who played on the Red Hot Chili Peppers debut album and traveled with the band for their first tour in 1984. Jack even co-composed material on that album as well as several other songs on the follow-up record. After their original guitarist and founding member Hillel Slovak wanted to come back, Sherman was booted from the band. Even though he greatly contributed to that first album, when the rest of the band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2012, he was not. Sherman blamed the members for this, saying that it ignored the work that he had put in under arduous conditions. When Jack's passing was announced, the official Red Hot Chili Peppers posted this message to their fans: "We of the RHCP family would like to wish wish Jack Sherman smooth sailing into the world's beyond, for he has passed. Jack played on our debut album as well as our first tour of the USA. He was a unique dude and we thank him for all good times, bad and in between. Peace on the Boogie platform. Jack passed away from natural causes at the age of 64 at his home in Savannah, Georgia. In there before, Clifford Robinson. Cliff Robinson played 18 seasons with the NBA and was selected in the second round of the 1989 NBA draft. He played his first 8 seasons of his career with the Portland Trail Blazers, followed up by some stints with the Phoenix Suns, Detroit Pistons, Golden State Warriors, and New Jersey Nets. At 6'10", he was the tallest player to make more than 1,000 3-pointers until he was surpassed by Dirk Nowitzki. In 2017, Robinson suffered from a stroke that paralyzed the left side of his body, but he would soon recover much of his arm and leg movement. Since then, he had been residing in the West Hills area of Portland, Oregon, and in March of 2019, he underwent surgery for cancer treatment and wood passive lymphoma on August 29, 2020 at the age of 53. While with the NBA, Robinson was a big advocate of cannabis and the legalization of it in Oregon and Connecticut. He actually said that the use of cannabis helped him get through his entire career with the NBA. He also said that he would use cannabis to help relieve pain and anxiety and to avoid the undesirable side effects caused by his pharmaceutical drugs. In number 3, John Thompson. John Robert Thompson Jr. was the first African American head coach to win a major collegiate championship when he led the Hoyas to an NCAA Division I national championship over the Houston Cougars in 1984. As a result, John was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame and the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame as well. After he retired from coaching, John went on to become a radio and TV sports commentator. Before he was ever a coach though, Thompson was selected in the third round of the 1964 NBA draft by the Celtics. He would play 2 seasons with the Boston Celtics and end up winning the NBA championship in both seasons. Thompson was also the assistant coach for the gold medal winning team in the 1976 Summer Olympics, and he coached the last collegiate US team at the 1988 Summer Olympics. Big John's family made a statement for the public and said, "For us, his greatest legacy remains as a father, grandfather, uncle, and friend. More than a coach, he was our foundation. More than a legend, he was the voice in our ear every day. We will miss him, but are grounded in the assurance that we carry his faith and determination in us. We will cherish forever his strength, courage, wisdom, and boldness, as well as his unfailing love." John passed on August 31st, 2020 at the age of 78. In number 2, Joe Ruby. Joseph Clemens Ruby was an American animator, television editor, writer, and producer. He was also the founding member of the TV animation production company called Ruby Spears Productions. That team was responsible for co-creating the animated series Scooby-Doo. Joe studied art and began his career in animation at Walt Disney for the in-betweening department. His grandson Benjamin Ruby said that Joe never stopped writing and creating even as he aged, with the Warner Bros. Animation president saying that Ruby's legacy will be that he made Saturday morning special for so many children, including himself. And me too. Scooby-Doo has been a beloved companion on screens for more than 50 years, leaving the enduring legacy that has inspired and entertained people for generations. On August 26, 2020, Joe Ruby passed from natural causes at his home in Westlake Village, California at the age of 87. Last but certainly not least, on our number 1 spot, Chadwick Boseman. I'm still even trying to process the loss of Chadwick Boseman. When I first read that initial report, I just couldn't believe that it was real, and I'm sure many of you felt the same thing. The final tweet from the late actor has so far become the most liked tweet ever. In the tweet, the statement reads, "It is with immeasurable grief that we confirm the passing of Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2016 and battled with it these last 4 years as it progressed to stage 4. A true fighter, Chadwick persevered through it all and brought you many of the films you have come to love so much. From Marshall to Defy Bloods, August Wilson's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and several more, all were filmed during and between countless surgeries and chemotherapy." The family went on to say that it was the honor of his career to bring King T'Challa to life in Black Panther, and that he passed in his home with his wife and family by his side. Chadwick should be upheld as a real-life superhero though as well. Cancer was draining his life away from him, but he kept on pushing, he kept working, and he never once complained about his situation. And that has been the top 10 celebrities who you didn't realize passed away in 2020 part 4. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks to our editors for all of their hard work. If you enjoyed this video, then please show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on today's list. Plus, for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is tap that playlist when it pops up. From Top 10 Beyond the Screen, my name is Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy. Folks, I am very saddened to be doing this list yet again. I can't believe we're on part 5 because 2020 has been a year that many of us just want to forget. That being said, let's take a moment to honor all the celebrities that we lost in 2020, and in doing so, I will share with you the impact that these people had on the lives of so many. Welcome to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. I'm your host, Johnny Rogers, and before we kick this video off, if you want to see more videos about what your favorite celebrities have been up to lately, just tap that playlist in the corner of your screen. Also, if you want to get notified whenever we post new content, you gotta hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Now, without any further delay, let's get right into today's today's list, the top 10 celebrities you didn't realize passed away in 2020, part 5. In at number 10, Joseph Laurinaitis. Better known by his professional wrestling name Animal and one half of the Road Warriors, Joseph led a life that was exciting and had a personality that captured the hearts of millions of wrestling fans around the world. His time in the legendary tag team group laid some of the groundwork for what many of the new superstars have built their movesets off of. He was truly a character that was larger than life when he stepped into that squared circle. From the moment the Road Warrior music hit, stadiums would erupt in cheers and applause as they witnessed tag team history on many occasions. Joseph's son is a former NFL and Ohio State football star, and recently he posted about the passing of his father, which I believe does a much better job of speaking to who this man truly was than I ever can. In the post, James said, "I don't have the right words to say, I'm absolutely crushed. I miss you already, I hate that I wasn't able to say goodbye. Say hello to Mum, Pop, and Hawk for me. Thank you for your love and support and the many lessons you've taught me. I can't believe you're gone. I love you, Dad." In at number 9, Norm Spencer. Much like how Road Warrior, Animal, and Hawk were a big part of my childhood, so was Norm Spencer. For those of you who don't know, Norm was best known for his work on Saturday morning cartoons in the 1990s. He has performed in several different roles, including Marvel Comics characters, and most famously when he voiced Cyclops in the X-Men animated series. His portrayal of Scott Summers was arguably one of the most popular characters in the entire franchise between 1992 to 1997. For my comic book nerds out there, you can appreciate just how hated Scott Summers can be from time to time, so for Norm to completely flip that reputation for 5 years is pretty impressive. His passing was confirmed by fellow voice actor Cathal J. Dodd, who voiced Wolverine, although the cause of his death is still unknown. Cal confirmed the loss on Twitter and wrote, "Lost my dear friend and cohort Norm Spencer. What a sad day. Norm was the voice of Cyclops on X-Men the animated series. He was a genuine character and sweetheart. I will miss you, Psych. Sorry about the convertible, bub. See you later, my friend." In at number 8, Gale Sayers. The legendary Chicago Bears player Gale Sayers is another great soul that we lost this year. Despite only playing 68 games in his career due to various injuries, Gale is still to this day considered to be one of the greatest running backs of all time. He has been a member of the All-Pro team 5 times in his career and was entered into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot in 1997, and at the age of 34 he became the youngest person to ever be inducted. Sadly, after a lengthy battle with dementia, the Pro Football Hall of Famer passed away at the age of 77 years old. In his 7-year career, Sayers had rushed for 4,956 yards and scored an equally impressive 56 career touchdowns. In at number 7, Michael Lonsdale. Michael was a British and French actor who was known for playing the character of Hugo Drax, who was one of the most iconic James Bond villains of all time. The official James Bond page even posted this lovely tribute where they said, "We are very sad to learn of the passing of Michael Lonsdale, who played Hugo Drax in Moonraker. He was an extraordinary talented actor and a very dear friend. Our thoughts are with his family and friends at this sad time." Although his legacy doesn't start or stop with the James Bond franchise, Michael was born in Paris, and after returning from the Second World War, he became drawn to acting. Due to him being bilingual, Michael was able to take part in both English and French productions before appearing with Roger Moore in the James Bond franchise in 1979. Later on in 2011, he won a César Award for Best Supporting Actor for his work in the movie Of Gods and Men. Additionally, he was the author of 10 books. Although the cause of his death is unknown, Michael Lonsdale passed away at the age of 87 on September 21st, 2020. In at number 6, Pamela Hutchinson. Pamela Hutchinson was a legendary R&B singer from the 1970s, most famous for being part of the trio known as The Emotions. On the group's Facebook page, they confirmed her passing and said, "In loving memory, we are saddened to announce the passing of our sister, Pamela Rose Hutchinson, on Friday, September 18th, 2020. Pam succumbed to health challenges that she'd been battling for several years. Now our beautiful sister will sing amongst the angels in heaven in perfect peace. During this time, the family kindly asked for fans and friends to respect our privacy. We appreciate all kind words, photos, and videos you may want to post for our beloved Pamela, and of course your loving prayers. A life so beautifully lived deserves to be beautifully remembered. We love you, Pamela. Thank you, and as always, you got the best of our love." For those of you who are unaware, the song Best of Our Love was a trademark song from the group and one that helped cement Pamela's legacy. The Chicago-based group were all sisters and began as a gospel group called the Hutchinson Sunbeams. And, as always, rest easy, Pamela. In at number 5, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg was an American icon and will be remembered for the incredible work that she did to champion women's rights. Appointed in 1993 by President Bill Clinton, she served as the most senior member of the court's liberal wing. Ruth consistently delivered progressive votes on some of the most bipartisan issues today, everything from female reproduction rights, same-sex marriage, voting rights, immigration, healthcare, and affirmative action. Unfortunately, the loss of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, though, may have only increased tensions in the US with their major election looming in November. Politics aside, though, Ruth was a beloved person that wanted to constantly focus on helping others throughout her entire career. Sadly, she passed away at the age of 87 from complications of metastatic pancreas cancer on September 18th, 2020. In at number 4, Sei Ashina. Ashina began her career as a model and made her acting debut in 2002 with a series called The Talk of Happiness. From there, she went on to star in several other Japanese films and TV shows, as well as voicing the character of Emily Thorne in the Japanese language version of the 2011 American series called Revenge. Although she is best known for her role in the 2007 film called Silk, that film was based on a novel novel of the same name and is about a French silkworm smuggler and his wife as they traveled to Japan in the 19th century. Sadly, Ashina was found unresponsive in her Tokyo apartment, with the Tokyo police confirming that she took her own life. Her acting representation did publish a statement, and in that they said, "The detailed situation is currently under investigation, but we would like to ask the media to consider the deep sorrow of their families and refrain from interviewing them. We would like to express our sincere gratitude for the kindness of Ashina during her lifetime and pray for the souls of all of you." In at number 3, Toots Hibbert. 2020 did us wrong again and snatched the iconic Jamaican reggae pioneer known as Frederick Nathaniel Toots Hibbert. Toots was one of Jamaica's most influential musicians and helped popularize the reggae genre in the 1960s with songs such as Pressure Drop, Monkey Man, and Funky Kingston. He even claimed to have actually coined the name reggae on the 1968 song called Do the Reggae. His band, the Maytals, made the announcement on their Twitter and said, "It is with the heaviest of hearts to announce that Frederick Nathaniel Toots Hibbert passed away peacefully tonight, surrounded by his family at the University Hospital of the West Indies in Kingston, Jamaica. Mr. Hibbert is survived by his wife of 39 years, Miss D, and his 7 of 8 children. His cause of death remains unknown, but he had been tested for coronavirus in the last 2 weeks and was then moved into intensive care. The world of music should truly never forget the legacy that this man left behind. Rest easy, Toots." In at number 2, Diana Rigg. Another startling loss this year was Dame Diana Rigg, who was actually the only woman in history to play Mrs. James Bond. On the official James Bond page, they remembered the great actress and tweeted, "We are very sad to hear of the passing of Dame Diana Rigg, the legendary stage and screen actress who was much beloved by Bond fans for her memorable performances as Tracy DiVincenzo in On Her Majesty's Secret Service, the only woman to have married James Bond. Our love and thoughts are with her family and friends at this sad time." Her daughter, actress Rachel Sterling, confirmed that her mother had passed away due to cancer after being diagnosed in March. Rachel said that she spent her last months joyfully reflecting on her extraordinary life, full of love, laughter, and a deep pride in her profession. Last but certainly not least, in our number 1 spot, Lou Brock. The Hall of Famer and Cardinals legend Lou Brock displayed nothing less than mastery of the base paths, and in his career recorded an astonishing 938 stolen bases from a total of 1,245 chances. He is still the league's all-time stolen base leader, and his 118 base steals in 1975 is simultaneously the league's single-season record. Not to mention, he helped the St. Louis Cardinals win 3 pennants and 2 World Series in the 1960s. Cardinals chairman Bill DeWitt Jr. said in a statement, "Lou Brock was one of the most revered members of the St. Louis Cardinals organization and one of the very best to ever wear the birds on the bat. He will be deeply missed and forever remembered." What former teammates remember most about Lou was his vibrant smile. Whenever you were in a room with Lou, you couldn't miss it. He had the biggest, brightest, most vibrant smile on earth. The other thing that Lou was known for was his lack of complaints. Many team members knew that he had struggled with injuries, but when he hit the field, no one would even suspect that he was playing hurt. Brock had part of his leg amputated due to diabetes in recent years and was diagnosed with cancer in 2017. Sadly, the baseball legend passed away at the age of 81. And that has been the top 10 celebrities you didn't realize passed away in 2020 part 5. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to our most amazing team behind the scenes for all of their hard work. If you enjoyed this video, then please show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on today's list. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is click that playlist when it pops up. From Top 10 Beyond the Screen, my name is Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy. Well folks, here we are again. As the season finale of 2020 inches closer, many of us are ready to forget this year altogether. We've lost so many celebrities this year, and it's no wonder that a lot of people may have missed the memo. Today I will be updating our In Memoriam series for these stars, and in doing so honor the legacies that they've left behind. Welcome to Top 10 Beyond the Screen. I'm your host Johnny Rogers, and if you happen to be new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that way you never miss another video. Now with any further delay, let's get right into today's list of the top 10 celebrities you didn't realize passed away in 2020 part 6. In at number 10, Sean Connery. The Scottish actor best known for his portrayal of James Bond was most notably remembered for being the first to bring the role to the big screen and appeared in 7 of the spy thrillers. According to his son, Sean had been unwell for quite some time now and passed away peacefully in his sleep while in the Bahamas. His acting career spanned across 7 decades, and in 1988 he picked up the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in The Untouchables. His son also mentioned to the BBC that he was surrounded by many of his family members at the time of his passing. Sean Connery was born in Edinburgh and had his first major film appearance in the 1957 British gangster film titled No Road Back. His first time playing James Bond was in the film Dr. No in 1962, and following that he would go on to appear in another 5 official films as well as the unofficial Never Say Never Again in 1983. Sean Connery passed away on October 31st, 2020 at the age of 90. In at number 9, Helen Reddy. In the part 5 of this series, I decided to read back through some of the comments to see if anyone mentioned someone that I may have missed, and sure enough, our lovely fans delivered. Helen Reddy was one of your suggestions following that video, and so this point is for you. Singer Helen Reddy, who became an emblem of feminism with her 1972 smash hit hit titled I Am Woman, sadly passed away on September 29th at the age of 78. In her later years, Helen had been suffering from both Addison's disease as well as dementia, although no cause of death was given at the time. Her hit song I Am Woman ended up shooting to #1 on the charts in 1972 and was only followed up by other chart toppers like Delta Dawn and Angie Baby. At the 1973 Grammy Awards, she won the Pop Female Vocalist Award and further cemented her legacy as a symbol of the women's liberation movement when she thanked God because she makes everything possible. She being the important part there. In a break, Carol Arthur. Actress Carol Arthur was best known for her several collaborations with Mel Brooks that included big films like Blazing Saddles. She appeared in the 1974 comedy as the school mistress Harriet Johnson. Carol also held significant roles in 3 other Mel Brooks films. There was the 1976 film called Silent Movie, Robin Hood Men in Tights in 1993, and Dracula Dead and Loving It in 1995. Mel Brooks was one of the first people to pay tribute to Carol Arthur via Twitter, where he said, "Sad to hear of Carol Arthur's passing. She was so great in Blazing Saddles as Harriet Johnson, the over-the-top, outspoken school marm. She will be missed." Her son also shared a very nice message along with a photo of them together and said, "Thank you for being the best mom in the world. You are free now. I will miss you and love you forever. Give Dad a big hug and kiss from me. Thank you for your wisdom and unconditional love, and thank you for giving your gift. We were all so lucky and blessed to have you. I love you." Carol Arthur passed away on November 1st at the Mary Pickford House in Woodland Hills, California at the age of 85. In at number 7, Billy Joe Shaver. Willie Nelson once called him the greatest living songwriter. Country music singer Billy Joe Shaver rose to fame in 1973 with his debut album titled Old Five and Dimers Like Me, and he was often referred to as part of the outlaw country movement happening in the 1970s. He would go on to work with massive legends in the industry like Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson, of course. Billy really became a notable songwriter though after Chris Christopherson discovered him and recorded his song called Good Christian Soldier on the landmark 1971 album titled The Silver-Tongued Devil and I. Later on, Shaver would have his songs picked up and recorded by the likes of Elvis Presley, David Allan Coe, Patti Loveless, Tom T. Hall, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Paycheck, and Doug Kershaw, to name a few. His own singing career, however, is equally as impressive. His library included 17 studio albums, the last of which was completed in 2014. According to reports, Billy Joe Shaver suffered from a massive stroke at Ascension Providence Hospital in Waco, Texas, that led to the singer passing on October 28th at the age of 81. In at number 6, Nikki McKibbin. Nikki McKibbin was a fantastic singer that debuted on the first season of American Idol. She ended up finishing 3rd in the first season back in 2002, right behind the winner Kelly Clarkson and runner-up Justin Guarini. Her husband Craig Sadler was the first to break the news on Facebook, and in his post he writes, "Many of you already know something is wrong. The love of my life, Nikki Sadler, suffered an aneurysm on Wednesday. She would already be gone, but she's an organ donor and has been kept on life support to make that possible. That shouldn't be a surprise to us. Even at the end, she is still giving. She was so loved that I know thousands of you will be grieving with us. There are only a few hours left for me to hold her hand and kiss her forehead. The current COVID situation won't allow the huge service that she deserves, but I would like to offer you the opportunity to honor her. She will be taken to the OR at 3 a.m. Central Time to give her final gift that will save the lives of strangers. You probably know she practically worships Stevie Nicks. Before they begin, they will play Landslide for her one last time. If you are able, you can pause at 3 wherever you are and listen to it with her. She will know that you're sharing her farewell. She loved so many of you, and I know you loved her too." Nikki McKibbin passed away at the age of 42 in Arlington, Texas. In at number 5, Jerry Jeff Walker. Another big loss for the state of Texas in the world of music was the legendary Jerry Jeff Walker. Jerry was a country singer and songwriter who wrote the pop song called Mr. Bojangles. In the 1960s, Walker rose quickly through the ranks in the New York Greenwich Village folk scene. By 1970 though, he had moved to Texas, and in 1972 he landed a hit record with his version of the song LA Freeway. Along with the Los Gonzo Band, he recorded an album the following year that became a classic in the country rock scene. By 1986, he had formed his own music label called Tried and True Music and would go on to release several more albums under it. Unfortunately, in 2017, he was diagnosed with throat cancer and thus began to undergo chemotherapy and radiation. After putting up a strong fight with throat cancer for many years and some other health issues, Jerry Jeff Walker passed away at the age of 78 on October 23rd. In at number 4, Anthony Chisholm. The best way to describe this man is the quote from Viola Davis, who wrote a touching tribute to the late actor. In the tweet she said, "Oh man, why did I think you would live forever? Love you, Anthony. The acting world will miss your wisdom, your immense talent, your generosity. You are a survivor. Good night, King. Sleep well. You earned it." Anthony was an actor and storyteller like none other. He truly was the embodiment of loyalty, devotion, and compassion in his artistry. After serving in the US Army during the Vietnam War, Anthony returned home and embarked on a wide-ranging career in acting. He was nominated for a Tony Award for Best Supporting Actor in a Play for his role of Elder Joseph Barlow in August Wilson's Radio Golf. He had also performed on Broadway in Gem of the Ocean, and he is a winner of both the Drama Desk Award and the Obie Award. And he was undeniably one of the best actors around. Anthony Chisholm passed away on October 16th at the age of 71. In at number 3, Tommy DeVito. Tommy DeVito was a founding member of the 1960s Four Seasons band. His former bandmate Frankie Valli was one of the first to notify fans of Tommy's passing. In the post he said, "It is with great sadness that we report that Tommy DeVito, a founding member of the Four Seasons, has passed. We send our love to his family during this most difficult time. He will be missed by all who loved him." Along with the Four Seasons band, they sang huge hits such as Oh What a Night and other sensations such as Can't Take My Eyes Off You. Broadway even created a musical called Jersey Boys that opened in 2005 and told the story of the band. Jersey Boys ended up winning a Tony Award for Best Musical as well as a Grammy for Best Cast Album and eventually was made into a feature film. Tommy DeVito passed away on September 21st at the age of 92 in Las Vegas after recently being hospitalized for COVID-19. In at number 2, William Blinn. William was a two-time Emmy Award-winning screenwriter for Brian's Song and Roots. His daughter was first to confirm his passing. William Blinn passed away from natural causes at the age of 83 on October 22nd in an assisted living community in Burbank, California. William had written 2 TV productions that would lead to massive success in the 1970s. The 1971 TV movie called Brian's Song was a commercial and creative triumph that brought in 5 Emmys and many other accolades. It revolved around the true story of 2 Chicago Bears pro football players, Brian Piccolo and Gale Sayers. The pair ended up forming a deep bond as one of them dies from cancer. It was watched by over 55 million people when it premiered, and at the time ranked as the 4th most watched film ever to air on television. As I mentioned, his daughter was the first to notify Variety magazine of his passing, and in a statement of tribute she had this to say about her father. "He was humble, pensive, very fair, sensitive, generous, simple, intimidating to many, but a huge heart of gold. So intelligent, an introvert, my dad." Last but certainly not least, our number 1 spot, Conchata Ferrell. This one really hit me hard upon hearing the news. Conchata was hilarious in her role on 2.5 Men, as well as her overly protective character in Adam Sandler's Mr. Deeds. Although she was also a regular cast member on 5 other TV sitcoms, she was perhaps best known for playing Berta, the sassy housekeeper, for all 12 seasons of 2.5 Men. Her performance led to her picking up 2 Primetime Emmy Award nominations for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. John Cryer paid a lovely tribute to her and said, "She was a beautiful human. Berta's gruff exterior was an invention of the writers. Chatty's warmth and vulnerability were her real strengths. I'm crying for the woman I'll miss and the joy she brought so many." Conchata Ferrell passed away on October 12th at the age of 77 following complications from cardiac arrest. And that has been the top 10 celebrities you didn't realize passed away in 2020 part 6. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to the most amazing team behind the scenes for all of their hard work. If you enjoyed this video, then please show us some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on today's list. And from Top 10 Beyond the Screen, my name is Johnny Rogers. Until next time, stay classy.